Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
All right, longtime Alabama State Senator Tom Butler, a Republican out of Madison, has announced that he will not seek re-election in 2026. This marks the end of a decades-long multi-party political career. Tom Butler held on as a Democrat longer than most of the old-school conservative Democrats did, and it cost him his seat. Then he came back after he switched over to the Republican Party and won his old seat back. He is now calling it a day. Tom Butler's a good guy. I like Tom Butler. He's always been very nice and kind, and he's been responsible when you ask him questions. Responsive when you ask him questions. And I appreciate all he's done. He has been a elected official for a very long time in Madison, and people respect him greatly. And I think it'll be sad to see him go. But that seat could be a purple seat, could be fought for.
Number 6.
The death of Jabari Peoples in a police union in Homewood continues to rile up some, including our good friend, State Representative Juandalynn Givan, the Democrat out of Birmingham. She is running for mayor in Birmingham right now. And she wrote Alabama's body cam law, which I think is weak as hell. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Alabama's body cam law basically says, I mean, we could show you the body cam if we want to, I guess. We could do that. I mean, if we feel like it. But if we don't feel like it, we really don't have to do that. It's really not that big of a deal either way. I mean, what's the problem? Show you the body cam, I guess. And because of this, every time there's a situation like this, we get caught in a scenario where we're going to have a problem here getting this video released. And that's where we're at right now. And now they're fighting over that.
Number 5.
The United Auto Workers are pushing for a unionization vote at a Huntsville powertrain plant. They are hoping they're able to finally get that big W they've been looking for here in Alabama. Now, they've got some wins elsewhere in the South, but they have a new play. I think it's $40 million, and they want to go out and bring, I think, 40,000 auto workers into the union in the South. Now, they have failed at doing that, but they're going to continue to throw money after it. Now, again, like I said, they've failed recently, and they're going to continue trying this until they get a victory. It's just one of those things that I guess they just chip away at. It'll be interesting to see how the business community in Alabama reacts to this. It's a 220-person plant. Will they put a lot of money behind stopping?
Number 4.
All right, here's what you have happening. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is speaking to Donald Trump at a meeting at the White House yesterday, where he kind of blindsides him and says, hey, I nominated you for a Nobel Peace Prize. So he told him he did that. I don't know how that works. I think Donald Trump probably deserves it, but it's going to be very hard to see him actually getting it. Let's just be real about it. At that meeting, Donald Trump said, yeah, it looks like Hamas and Israel want a ceasefire, or at least they both seem to be wanting that. But the two-state solution thing that has been U.S. policy for a while, Donald Trump seems to be thinking that may not even be something they can do. And now it looks like American policy on that may change. I don't see how you give them a two-state solution at this point. It just rewards them for October 7th. Don't do that.
Number 3.
Alabama leaders are amongst those mourning the losses that we have seen. 104 individuals, at this point, in those floods, including tons of young children. We've talked about the 8-year-old Sarah Marcia of Mountain Brook, and we've heard others like Governor Ivey come in and talk about this, saying Alabama joins in lifting up all impacted by the floods in Hill Country, especially as we grieve the tragic loss of one of our own, young Sarah Marcia of Mountain Brook. We pray for her family and others. Well, now it's been found that there is another family impacted by this. 4 members of a Mobile family were swept up by this. 3 of them are still missing. 1 has been rescued, so it doesn't bode well for those individuals, and just another sad Alabama connection to this story. And it looks like those 3 have perished in this, and that body count is obviously going to rise.
Number 2.
All right, we talk about illegal immigration a lot, and I think one of the big issues that people have is how businesses seem to skate on the whole responsibility side of this. Well, State Senator Chris Elliott, he says, let's make it a little harder here. The federal E-Verify system is an internet-based system that helps employers verify an employee's work eligibility in the United States, but it's not foolproof and more could be done. It doesn't work at all, guys. Listen to me. It does not work. Because if you get forged documents and you enter into the system and you're stealing a social security number, it doesn't say that it's forged. It doesn't work. The E-Verify system is better than nothing, but if anything, it just absolves the business from hiring people if they can get it to pass through the E-Verify system. That's true. People may not like that, but they want to try to come up with some new rules, and I like that idea.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
All right, Governor-elect Coach Senator Tommy Tuberville has called out Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass for opposing what I thought was an absolutely amazing immigration raid in L.A. There's a park there that is filled with gang members and gang activity, and I showed up and cleaned it out. Mayor Karen Bass showed up on the scene, called it outrageous and un-American. There was a huge MS-13 influence on that area, and U.S. Border Patrol agents were seen on horseback in the park, and they had military-looking vehicles. I don't know if that's a thing. Military-looking vehicles were stationed nearby. And their goal was to go in and say, hey, look, you understand that you are not safe here. You cannot operate openly, illegally, and you cannot continue doing this in our country. Now, Karen Bass got very upset about this and said the military has come through, which is not true. Not true. She said, the second I heard about this, I went to the park to speak to the person in charge and tell them that it needed to end right now. Tommy Tuberville said, oh, yeah? They should lock her up, which is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Tommy Tuberville says, hey, lock her up. And I am 100% on, but he is exactly right. Lock her up. Trying to stop a federal immigration raid. It's unacceptable that they're here. Unacceptable doing what? Unacceptable doing what? Did they come in and try to tell people that, hey, you can't be here illegally? Gavin Newsom failed to do his job, Tuberville said. LA looks like a third world country. Anarchists are in charge. Law enforcement is being attacked, and the rule of law is non-existent. Lock him up. Okay, so he said that as well. So it's lock her up, lock him up. How about lock them up? Pronouns, guys. Let's talk about them. Lock up them being the people inside of that park illegally, and that they went after. I'm fine with this. I love this. I absolutely love this. Lock them up. And if they're not willing to help with the immigration stuff, then lock them up. I don't care. I don't care one bit. Go after them. Do what you got to do. A lot of stuff getting posted online about traffic in L.A. that it has significantly decreased now that all the illegal immigrants are scared to come out of their houses or have been deported or are leaving the area, which is exactly what's supposed to happen. One of the other things they're posting online a lot is video of a woman walking through the shopping center she works at. It says there's nobody here. There's nobody here. Nobody's coming out to shop. Well, when you build your entire economy on the idea that you're a sanctuary for illegal immigrants, when somebody comes in and says your sanctuary doesn't matter to me, which ICE has clearly done, well, then you're going to have some problems. And I am a big fan at watching all of this blow up in their face. So I am a big fan. Let's see more of this. Tommy Tuberville's right. Lock her up. Let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back more here on the Dale Jackson Show. Stay tuned.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.